This year taught me a lot, and I don't want to carry the same version of me into 2026. Hi, welcome back to my cute little channel. It's Albaneraa. Today, I want to share 5 books that generally helped me change the way I think, the way I live, and the way I take care of myself. These 5 books are very different from each other. Atomic Habits is for structure and discipline. The Diary of a CEO is when you are ready to take responsibility and grow. The Power of Now is when your mind feels loud and you need presence. Good Vibes, Good Life is when you want to work on your self-worth and mindset. The Child in You is when you are ready to be softer with yourself and heal. If you want to start 2026 feeling more grounded, intentional, and aligned with who you want to become, this video is for you. Now we can start with the books. The first book is Atomic Habits by James Clear. So as you can see, it's just like all annotated. And I even love just like to write everything that I think. So my books are not aesthetic, they are just like write it and everything. But that's a good sign. For every book, I'm gonna say my favorite quotes about it and my rating, because I've rated from 1 to 5 stars. Of course, these are my recommendations, so they are not under 4 stars. Atomic Habits by James Clear. My favorite quote about this book is, "Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become." I gave this book 5 stars. It's one of my favorite ever in self-help books. I first read Atomic Habits in July in a very specific time of my life. I was in Milan for a month and I was about to go back to Sardinia. And I really wanted to rebrand my life. I wanted to read more, go to the gym, be consistent, and build a better routine. But I honestly didn't know which habits to choose or actually how to stick to them. This book is all about habits, really work from a scientific point of view. James Clear explains how our brain builds habits through something called habit loop. Cue, craving, response, and reward. And once you understand that, everything feels less random. One of the most powerful parts of this book is the 4 laws of behavior change. Make an habit obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. It completely changed how I approach self-improvement. What helped me the most about this book is habit stacking. I mean, connecting a new habit to something I was already doing instead of trying to do everything at once. I started building habits naturally, one after the other. After this book, I stopped relying on motivation and I started creating systems. And that honestly changed everything for me. I would recommend Atomic Habits if you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or if you want to start the new year with better routines without burning yourself out. This is generally one of the best self-improvement books you can read. The second book is The Power of Now. You can see the title in Italian, but I'm gonna explain why after. My favorite quote about this book is, "Realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. Make the now the primary focus of your life." I gave this book 4 stars. I read The Power of Now around June. I actually found it at my grandma's house. We often exchange books, and since she only reads in Italian, that's why I have it in Italian. This book is all about learning how to be fully present, not in a motivational way, but in a very quiet and deep one. It explains how most of our suffering comes from constantly thinking about the past or worrying about the future, instead of living in what's happening right now. As a very creative person, my mind is always busy. I am always planning, organizing, and thinking about the next step, even when I'm not working. And even though I love what I do, it takes up a lot of mental space. And this book helped me understand the importance of silence, not just external silence, but silence in your mind, learning how to observe your thoughts without always engaging into them. One of the most powerful ideas in this book is realizing that the future doesn't really exist yet, and the only moment we ever truly have is the present one. I would recommend The Power of Now if you feel anxious or overwhelmed, or if your mind never really stops. It's the kind of book that reminds you to slow down, breathe, and just be. It's not a book you rush through, it's a book you feel. Let's take the third book, Good Vibes, Good Life by Vex King. My favorite quote about this book is, "If I ask you to name all the things that you love, how long would it take for you to name yourself?" That quote hit me. And I gave this book 5 stars. I bought this book when I was in Milan, and I remember being very excited about reading it. I was looking for something that could guide me, not only inspire me. This book is essentially a guide to build a more positive mindset and a healthier relationship with yourself. It talks about self-love, energy, boundaries, and how the way you think deeply affects the life you create. Even though I wasn't completely new to these topics, what I really love about this book is the way it's structured. It helps you reflect more deeply, and it gently pushes you to shift your perspective. That quote really hit me because it made me realize how easily we forget to include ourselves in the list of the things that we love. And this book keeps bringing you back to that idea that loving yourself, it's not selfish, it's necessary. After reading this book, I became more aware of my thoughts and my energy, and I started treating myself with more compassion and kindness. I would recommend Good Vibes, Good Life if you want to work on your self-worth, improve your mindset, and create a more positive relationship with yourself. It's one of those books that feels like a gentle reminder to choose yourself. Let's go with The Diary of a CEO. This is business vibes. My favorite quote about this book is, "Taking no risks will be your biggest risk." I gave this book 4 stars. I bought The Diary of a CEO at the Edinburgh airport, where I was looking for something to read during a very long wait. I had already seen a lot of recommendations, and I was in a phase where I really wanted to develop a stronger business mindset. This book is a collection of insights, experiences, and lessons about business, leadership, discipline, and personal responsibility. Each chapter focuses on a different idea, which makes it more of an inspirational guide than a traditional story. What I found interesting about this book is that it doesn't just talk about success, but about the mindset behind building something, how to think strategically, how to communicate better, and how to take responsibility for your growth. I picked this book because I was thinking about building my own brand and creating something of my own. And even if I didn't connect emotionally with every chapter, it still gave me a lot of useful perspective. This book really pushes you to reflect more on your habits, on your risks, and the way you approach your goals, especially when it comes to work and long-term vision. I would recommend The Diary of a CEO if you're interested in business, personal growth, or if you're trying to build something and want inspiration and real experiences. It's like a book you can open at any chapter and take something valuable from. The last book is The Child in You. This book doesn't really have quotes in the traditional sense because it's not meant to inspire you, it's meant to make you look inside. I gave this book 4 stars. The Child in You is one of the most intense books I've ever read. Completely broke me in the sense that it forced me to look directly at my childhood and patterns I still carry with me today. This book focuses on inner child healing. It helps you understand how experiences from your childhood still influence the way you react, the way you feel triggered, and the way you see yourself as an adult. One of the most powerful things that this book helped me realize is that sometimes we are not reacting as adults. We are reacting as the child we once were. Through a lot of exercises and deep reflections, this book shows you where certain beliefs come from, why some situations feel so overwhelming, and why certain emotions feel so intense. Reading this made me cry a lot, honestly, because I didn't realize how much the past was still affecting me. But it also helped me understand that healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means becoming the adult your inner child needed. I truly believe that being happy is about reconnecting with your inner child, making peace with that version of yourself, and learning how to protect them and support them. I would recommend this book only if you feel ready to go deep. It's not an easy read, but it's incredibly powerful. It's the kind of book that doesn't change you immediately, but it changes the way you understand yourself. And that's the end. Of course, you don't need to change your whole life overnight. Sometimes it starts with one book, one thought, or one small shift. I hope one of these books finds you at the right moment. Thank you for being here with me today, and let's see you in the next video. Have a really good day, guys, and it's time to rebrand your life for 2026. I am so excited because I think one of these days I'm gonna make my vision board for 2026, and it's the first year that I want to make it just like real. I always did that like digital. So I'm very excited about this 2026 because I really think it's gonna be my year though. I don't know about you, but you should think that too. Have a really good day, guys.